Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a review on my favorite piece of gear that I carry with me on an everyday basis. And that is the Leatherman Charge TTI. I'm going to go over what I use it for, why it's a good multi-tool, why it stands out from the rest of the pack, and just try to sway maybe your opinion on it. So without wasting anyone else's more time, let's jump into it, alright? Alright YouTube. Like I said before, this is the Leatherman Charge TTI. Now the TTI is just a reference for that it's made of titanium. It's made in America, and start off with some of the stuff it comes with. It comes with a great warranty. Leatherman is really proud of their craftsmanship and the quality that they put into this product, and they back it up with a 25-year warranty. Now that's just not for this, but Leatherman as a whole. So it also comes with a pretty good, decent sheath. It's leather, has a belt loop, kind of the standard sheath that you'd find. I think the sheath's made in China. I personally don't carry it with that. I'll show you how I do carry it, but it is included if that's more of your thing. Jumping into the knife itself. The cool thing about this knife is a lot of the more important tools are placed on the outside of the handle rather than the inside. I had a multi-tool that I used to carry, and oh, let me get my knife, and you had to, oh, no, not on this side, flip to the other side. And this is just really, really simple. I mean, whoever came up with this idea at Leatherman, that guy should get a raise. But they're all one-handed option. So, like for example the blade, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but every tool on this locks in place. You guys will see this liner lock. It'll activate right there and it locks the blade in place. Which, speaking of the blade, it is an S30V stainless steel blade. Now S30V is a premium stainless steel, and it's made right here in the United States. This blade is 2.9 inches, and it's almost a full flat ground blade. If you can kind of see, this is where they kind of started with the grind. But it slices really well. So I'm going to do everyone's favorite paper test. This is just from a catalog I get. And show you how good it slices. That's pretty good. A lightsaber, to say the least. So, really good blade. It comes razor sharp out of the box. I've touched this one up a few times. I've had this knife, or this multi-tool, for almost a year now, and it's just a really good blade. So I really like that they included a premium blade on this. On the flip side, you have more of a serrated edge. It also comes with this safety or a rescue hook, or some people call it a seatbelt cutter. I've never used it for that purpose. It'd be more of an extreme scenario to use it, but I have used it before on rope and paracord, and it works pretty good for that. The steel is 420 high carbon stainless steel. It's pretty good steel. I like that they included this on the outside as well, in case there's more of an undesirable cutting task and you don't want to use your main blade. So you can use this. And this cuts pretty good. It's a full serrated edge. And see if I'd like to pick it up. It's a chisel ground. So there's only one side you have to sharpen, and the other side just straight like this. So if you ever need to touch it up, I just take a diamond rod and I go through each one of these little slots, and it sharpens up really nicely. And as always, it locks in place. Moving on to the file. Now I know what you're saying, oh, it's a file, it's not for... So that's not cool, but I actually use it quite a bit. They have a fine file on this other side, and then more of a coarse file on this side. Some people, when they use hatchets and axes out in the field for wood processing, sometimes they'll get nicks or little gouges in the blade, and you can actually use this to burr those out. And then this, you also have a good saw on this bottom. I've actually cut through a nail with this before. So it's pretty, I didn't really think I'd use it as much as I did, but I actually use it way more than I thought. The last tool on the outside is one of the most surprising tools from what I've found. This is the saw. And I was like, oh, that just looks so hoaxy when I got it. I'm probably not going to use that. But once again, I was eating my own words. It cuts pretty good. I have a BugOut Loplander. It's a full-size folding saw. And I mean, it cuts way better than this, obviously, because this thing, there's no way this thing ever could cut that great, just because of the size of it. But for what this is, it cuts some pretty decent sized limbs. I use this for kind of notching work if I need to make tent pegs out of woods. It works great for that. But if you can see the wear on this, what I've been using it for, if you guys watched my previous video, I used it to use a ferro rod as a striker, and it does excellent at that. Just do a little quick demonstration. Put down a wool mitten, and this is just a really cheapo fire rod. And throw some sparks for you guys. Gotta get a good spot on this ferro rod. So it throws sparks really well. If you guys watched the video I posted previously, this actually saved the day. And I was able to light the fire because I had this on me. So that's the saw. And those are all the 4 tools that come on the outside. So now let's break this guy open. We'll start with the plier heads. That's the main reason why people buy multi-tools, because of the plier heads. And Leatherman did an awesome job at designing these and the ergonomics of it. Started with the fine plier heads at the top, the ones that you probably use the most. The camera probably won't be able to pick it up, but when you close it, these top teeth right here, they actually interlock together really nice. My other ones, there's kind of just gaps and they didn't really line up. But Leatherman's, they did a extra quality job on this, and a lot of the teeth line up, which is really nice. So now you get more gripping power and pulling power. This little cutout here, this little notch right here, you can use this for a wire stripper. I've never used it for that. You go into the bigger head pliers. I've used this for nuts and bolts before. They work great for that. And then the wire cutters. You have a soft wire cutter right here, and at the bottom, this little kind of cutout indent here, that's for hard wire cutters. I have not found a task that these guys have not been able to conquer. So I'm really impressed with the design and the quality of this plier heads. Alright, let's jump into some tools now. Like I said, every tool on this locks. So I'm going to show you the screwdriver and the way it locks. You have this little paddle right here, and you can kind of see that. It closes in on it, the back side. So now it's locked, which I really like because it gives you more confidence when you're actually using these tools. This is the Phillips head screwdriver bit, but it also has a regular flathead bit on the other side. This thing came with a bit kit. I'll show you that really quick. You can buy more extensive bit kits. There are actually different drivers and adapters for this, but this is the one it came with. It comes with different hexes and different size bits, so for your needs, that's what it comes with. I really like that. I've used this plenty of times. Moving on to the can opener. Everyone's favorites. Can opener. As you can see, even the can opener locks open. I use this way more than I thought I would. I use it for its intended function. I open up a lot of cans with it. I'll be at work and I'll bring a can of tuna. Be like, oh, forgot to bring a can opener. I'll use this. This also works as a bottle opener. So, yeah, you really get to save the day when you kind of have these. I live in a dormitory kind of setting, and I was downstairs on my computer, kind of in the main lobby room, just kind of minding my own business, and this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, does anyone have a can opener?" He was trying to make some kind of chili, I guess, and I just kind of smiled and raised my hand. I was like, "Hey, I got a can opener." So, little stuff like that you don't really think about. Comes in handy. Moving on to the flip side, we have this guy, which I'm not really sure what the nomenclature for this guy is. This bit. I've used it as like a heavy duty, like if there's a really big flathead. I've used this before to take off scales of a knife. Other than that, I've used it as a pry bar. It's kind of more of a thicker tool, and in cases where you don't want to use your knife to kind of wedge something open, you can use this as a bit of a pry bar. I wouldn't trust this to open up a crate or anything big, or any extreme heavy duty, but it's just nice that they give that an option. Moving on. This next tool is one I've probably used the least. I believe it's called a jeweler's screwdriver. And the reason for that, it's a really small Phillips and flathead combo, and you can actually use them for the sunglasses or prescription sunglasses, those little screws, if you need to tighten them or loosen them. But what I've actually found myself using it for is actually on the flathead side of the knife, or the flathead side of this bit. I'll use it to clean out little bits of corrosion that'll sometimes form on the plier heads. You can get in there and scrape it off. So kind of like a self-maintenance. I'll use that for. But yeah, I use it the least, but it's kind of cool that they include that. So let me just reinstall it here really quick. There we go. And everyone's favorite tool, scissors. Yeah, scissors, scissors, scissors. We all love scissors. They're scissors. Can't say much more. They work great. They're spring-loaded, and they do their intended function. They cut because they are scissors. Yay, scissors. So I really like that they included those. You know, you have a string or a tag hanging off. That's what I always use them for. It's a nice little handy feature. So that covers pretty much all the tools. Now, if you notice throughout the video, I have the pocket clip accessory attached to this. Now it comes with this, and it also comes with a lanyard loop that you can change out with. You do that by depressing this little paddle right here that locks the tools in, and push up, and comes out, and you can swap it for the lanyard, the little lanyard hold. So if you want to carry it just with a piece of paracord, you can attach it to that. But I like the pocket clip because that's how I carry it. I carry it in my pocket like a regular tip-up carry configuration. So I just slide it, and it rides up to about here. It rides really deep in my pocket, which is what I like. It's really secure, because if you notice the way the clip's designed, the pocket goes all the way up here, so you don't have this huge chunk of titanium sticking up here. But really low profile, and it's just another little added feature that I really like about this knife, or this multi-tool. So some of the specs on it, well, it does weigh, it's kind of hefty. Some people, that is maybe the one thing that'll probably steer people away from not carrying this every day, is it weighs 8.2 ounces, so a little over half a pound. And it's a little bit, it's obviously going to be a bit wider because of all the tools that are inside of it. But I really like it. I mean, if it's not for everyone, but even if you're not going to carry this every day, it's still a great multi-tool in general. I take this backpacking and camping with me, and it just works. There's really no way around it. One-handed design, made in America. It's a workhorse. So that concludes my review. Oh, the price. Yes, the price. That might be that might be another thing that'll steer people away from it. Since it is a quality piece of American-made titanium, I got this for about $100. That was about a year ago. I haven't looked at the prices lately, so they might have jumped to about maybe $120, $130. This is the lowest you might be able to find one of these, but I found it to be worth it. I've definitely got my money's worth out of this. Out of all of the times this guy has saved my butt. But I'll let you guys make up that decision for yourself. That concludes my review for this. Rate, comment, and subscribe. God bless.